Katrina will be here in just a moment. Welcome. Anybody out there?
Cool. That's it.
Okay.
Live. All right. Hi, I don't know if you heard. Katrina and Michael will be here momentarily. And if you guys just want to have a little conversation amongst yourselves, I think that's really sweet. It's really nice to see human faces and just getting the stream going and saying hi. Hi. All right. Happy Halloween. Happy, what is it? Dias de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
Los Muertos.
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 Yeah.
Thank you. Gotta roll my R's. All right, guys.
Bye, Amber.
Hi.
Talk to you for the info side. And you're right. Right. Whatever. And then you may not want. So much responsibility. Oh.
Yeah. He just. Oh my God. Yes. So. Thanks for waiting for me. Sorry. Hello. Thanks for waiting. We're here. How's everybody? How's the full moon? Ooh, I know. Blue moon. Once in a blue moon. Okay. Well, once in a blue moon might be on time, I think. It's missing. Okay. Hold on a second. For music, if you want. Where is it? Okay, so we're trying to get our, not that it's a legitimate excuse, but we're trying to get our newsletter out. The little astrology report, which this one's a whopper. I mean, we say that every single time. Every astrologer says that every single time. I know. Thanks. And but this one is. It's a big deal. As you can probably feel just without even looking at the stars, you can probably just tell because of all the things that are lined up. Like an election, right around the corner. That's a big part of it for sure. But it's timely and with the way the stars are aligned for this one for sure. So we've been getting that all done. I left a little too late. Now we are here and we're going to arrive. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about, I'm kind of sitting off so I can see Medina and Jeff okay. One of the things I wanted to bring in today is that actually, I was talking to somebody, I won't say who, but we were saying that it's a little bit like I can't get our creativity flowing, can't get our mojo, can't get inspired, can't get excited. And it's like there's this heavy blanket on us, weighing us down right now. And maybe this is not you. And good. And it comes and goes in spurts for me. Like I'll really try hard to stay inspired, stay motivated, stay in my Shakti, as we would say in yoga speak. And then I'll wane a little bit. And just because it's like we don't even turn on the TV in our house. We don't turn on the TV ever. I mean, the only time we turn it on is for movies, like to watch a Netflix series or something like my octopus teacher. Thank you, Medina, for turning it on to me. But never the news. And so any news I get is through social media. And sometimes I guess we have NPR on the classic music station. It's not it's CPR, something classical. And then they'll give you a smidgen of something about the news, but mostly it's Beethoven's 250th birthday this year. I mean, that's what I know is for my news. So it's not that that's what's infiltrating my mind. That's not what is coming in. It's energy. It's energy of the collective consciousness that is my news feed. It's feeling like I'll call my mom. Love my mom to pieces, but I can feel her worry and her angst and her stress, even though she's trying to mask it with, I'm fine, yeah, there's a little snow up here, and all the things that she says. Through those words, I'm hearing, I am so completely stressed out for whatever it is. You know, everyone's got a different layer of why they're stressed, or my sisters or my girlfriends or anybody that I'm just connecting to, what I see coming through the feeds in the social media, because whether we like it or not, that is such a strong influence on our energy field. You know, like when we do the cutting cords thing in Warrior 2 that I have us do, for maybe the first, I've been doing that forever. Maybe the first decade that I did that, I was thinking of people's energy cords mostly, you know, like maybe my own that I'm sending out some hate vibes to somebody. I never hate anybody, but in case I was cutting those energy cords, or if I felt somebody's hate vibes coming towards me, I'm cutting those energy cords. Now it's like what I'm cutting in my mind's eye is more the energy of that social media vibe when I'm picking up just from this collective ether. It's not even one person's stuff. It's the whole energy field. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, and I only have to go on it like for 5 minutes and it does that.
Yeah, it's really, and it's subtle. It's
know.
subtle. It's not like one thing that you can, because you would unfriend immediately if you could figure out the one source of where it's coming from. It's just the whole everything, because you can see through people's fake posts, you know, their fake happy joy. And then you're like, oh, that's sad. And then you can, and then you can see through the, I'm trying to make everything, okay, or the martyr post, or the, the martyr post killed me too. And it's like, oh, all of it, any of it. And so I wanted us to remember, getting along to the mojo is kind of ebbing and flowing for people. We need to stay strong. This is like not only the season where we get the flu and the viruses all over again, and that is part of the fear piece, but it's a natural time for us to our immune system to weaken. So just be prepared for that. If you get a little head cold, it's a little head cold, okay? If you feel it's something different, go get checked. I'm not saying avoid the COVID things, but don't be afraid of sickness. It's part of our body's ability to build a stronger immune system. So you might get a little sick, and this is the time of year that happens. But it's also when we kind of wane from that brightness, that sunshine of summer where we're like, we'll go here, da, 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 and cheerleader USA. We're not so much that. This is a quiet time. This is an introspective time. This is when we come in, like I'm watching all the little creatures that live in our backyard, which unfortunately there's a few too many squirrels. But they like to get our prayer flags, really, is what they're gathering. But they're making their little nests super cozy. They know that it's time to go in and hunker down and be inward. And so I thought what I would remind us is one day at a time. Just take it one day at a time as we get through this. This is a season where there is atrophy and death and decay and letting go and shedding and releasing. And it's also a time where we might be vulnerable because we're shedding. We're shedding off old layers. So we're raw. We're like that little octopus that has lost its shell throughout evolution. So it has learned to adapt. And we need to learn to adapt. I don't know if you saw the Matthew McConaughey talk about the election, and he was kind of saying, either way that it goes. And we can all probably agree on a way we would like it to go if you're sitting here in this room, I'm going to guess. But either way, we need to be prepared for what happens. Because life goes on. Life goes on. The sun is going to rise over the eastern shoreboard every single morning. And so if we are banking our everything, if hanging everything on that hook, or a vaccine, or a big truth to be revealed, if we're waiting for these to be the savior so we can go back to normal, we're fooling ourselves. And the normal is no longer. It's dying like the leaves falling off the tree. And instead of grieving it forever, grief is important. We do need to acknowledge, I feel like that would be a good thing for my mom. Mom, things aren't going to be the way they used to be. Go ahead and grieve that a little bit. Accept it. To me, grieving is coming into an acceptance of something that we've lost. Grieve it, because it's not coming back, no matter who is in the Oval House or whatever that is.
This shit happens.
That place where one sits and orders new china. So that's back to take it one day at a time and start building your nest of your life to be your own self-sufficient being, not dependent on when the vaccine comes or when the big truth reveal comes out. I would love it if that was the case, but I'm not going to bank on that or whatever the election turns out to be. For the record, I do hope that there is a radical shift and that the new normal is an evolution for our positive good. And I do believe that will come. It might not be as expedient as I'd like it to be, but it's going to shift to new because the old is going away. So goodbye. Goodbye to the old. Goodbye to the old. Our kids are home at school and we're waiting for normal so they'll go back to school. It's not gonna happen. I'm ordering a cap and gown for my kid for graduation and it breaks my heart because it's like pretend. It's like pretend that everything's gonna be this normal little graduation. It's gonna be not normal. So what does it look like? And that's where let's preserve our creativity. If it's not surging right now, that's okay, go inward. And let it surface when it comes. Preserve that creativity so when we get a spark, we can share it and it'll be available to others so that we can go, oh, here's an idea. I got an idea. What if we did this? What if schools look like this? What if banking systems look like this? What if currency looks like this? What if everybody played nice and it could look like this? What if black people and white people could be in the same room and it's not weird? I have an idea. And then we share it. But if it's not there right now, don't beat yourself up and don't be worried that it's not going back to normal. One day at a time. One day at a time. And I'm excited to see what the new normal will be for a little while until that one changes and dies. I mean, aren't you so glad? Remember, well, maybe you don't, but I remember my grandparents talking about normal. Our normal now compared to my grandparents' normal is nothing that like what it is. And thank God it changed. And they were hateful of the change. Think June Cleaver. You know, those days. Fathers Knows Best. If you can even recall those shows, some of you, I know it, you can, some of you heard of it. It was an era, it was a way. I mean, in my own household, and I have young parents, my parents are in their 70s compared to me, I'm in my 50s. But they adopted that concept. Like my dad would sit at the head of the table and he would say the father sits at the head of the household and the mother is second in command. That was part of our little upbringing. And we were like, of course, because the daddy's bigger and then the mom's the next biggest. It's like those little people on the back of the cars going by. Like that's the order of the family patriarch. And, you know, I'm sure my mom, looking back now, would be furious if she heard that because times have changed. That is now the old normal. Her change. Okay, that was a good 15 minutes of pontificating about normal. But it's hopefully to put a little bit of ease, just to drop it a level or two. Like everything's going to be okay. It always has. You know, our little microscopic point of view of life is the part we were in. I'm going to live to be 108. My 108 years on life is a blink in time compared to all the evolution and all the new normals that have come through the cycles, all the death of old ways. We just happen to be at the end of a bigger cycle. And instead of being like scared, be really freaking excited that you're part of this. A part of the solution too, when your mojo kicks back in and you're inspired. And it will come. Waves just don't go out and stay out forever. They come back in and they go back out. Try holding your breath forever and see what happens. We inhale and we exhale, and that's what it'll be. And we keep forgetting that. Keep forgetting that. And that exhale is going to be good. It's going to be real good. I have a feeling. Okay. So let's get into song and then movement quickly so that we can move some of the angst out. We'll cut some chords for sure. Bring in your hands to heart center, sitting up nice and tall, closing your eyes. Let your sit bones root down. Soften your shoulders a little bit. And let's take a few deep breaths just to settle in. Breath in and a big breath out. And again, inhale and exhale. And one more time, breath in and breath out. We'll sing to Ganesh to help us remove these obstacles. Breath in to sing. Sharanam Ganesha, Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha, Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha, Ganesha Sharanam. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Sharanam Ganesha, Ganesha Sharanam. Sharanam Ganesha, Ganesha Sharanam. Sharanam Ganesha, Ganesha Sharanam. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Let's take an Om all together. Breath in. And bow your head in towards your heart. Set an intention for this practice. Maybe it's to simply trust, or take it one day at a time, or to give yourself permission to go inward and find quiet now in this dark time, cultivating your inspiration for when we need it the most. You know what you need best. And let that set deep into your heart of hearts, your Hiradayam heart. Then we'll slowly open our eyes. Take your arms out to the side. We'll take a wide sweep all the way up to the top. When you get to the top, interlace the hands and then wiggle out of the pelvis a little bit. Get nice and tall, little length, loosen the neck. Another tall inhale. Now cascade down to our left side. Right hand goes to left knee. Left hand goes behind. Tall inhale again and then twist a little deeper. And 2 more times like that. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Breath in and breath out. Then inhale, reach back up all the way over to the other side like a rainbow. Left hand to right knee, right hand kickstands. Tall inhale. Twist a little deeper. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. And last one. Breath in and breath out. And then back up tall to the sky. We'll interlace our hands again. And then this time take them out in front of you and just round, pressing your spine to your back body. Then undo the hands and scoop around behind. Take the hands behind you. Turn the fingertips away from you. Press to the earth. And now press your spine to the front body as you lift your chin to the sky. Lean back. Take a breath in and a breath out. Come back up again. Reach back up to the sky. This time when you come down, you're going to go all the way over to your left side. Maybe your forearm can come to the earth. It doesn't have to. But we do want to keep our right sit bone pressed down. So if you need to come up onto the hand, that's okay. Now take another breath in and just kind of pulse out there. Little fascial stretch to that side body. Reaching through the fingertips so that the armpit stretches, the ribs stretch, that waistband stretches. And then you cartwheel up and over, all the way over to the other side. It's fun to watch you guys do that. You look like the Rockettes. And then stretch out the other way. Even Jeff, little Rockette back there, pulsing slightly to get that little movement. Then 1 more time to each side, so up and over. Stretch long. Little yoga every day, little meditation. a nice cup of tea. Have a nice cup of hot tea daily and just sip it slowly. That doesn't mean you can't have your glass of wine. That's what you heard. And reach up tall to the sky and then come forward. Head dangles. But take time with a cup of tea. There's something about that. Let the head go side to side. Give you a little time for quiet contemplation with your soul self. Because in all the change that we're going to go through time and time again, like the inhale and the exhale. Now just roll on over, come into tabletop. If it's too hard to roll over the knees, swing your legs out to the side and stack that way. The one constant is your soul. It's the ever-present peace that will always be with you, no matter what body form you're in. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees, the crown of the head pulls towards the front of the mat, and the sit bones pull towards the back of the mat, and you're lengthening, just like a little micro stretch here through the spine, just that careening the neck. You pull the shoulders back, take another breath in, and a breath out. One more, it's a static hold, you're just stretching. And exhale. Then go ahead and curl the toes under, take your bum to the sky and come into downward facing dog. Now pedal out your legs, let the calves open up, the Achilles heel. Dangle the head some more, some yeses. Yes to being excited about being a part of this cycle of life. You're getting to experience some radical shift. And then some no's to not letting ourselves get wrapped up in the crazy fray of fear and mistrust. No to that. Press back a little deeper, heels towards the earth, stretch them down. Another breath in, and a big breath out. Good. Then gently walk forward to the top of your mat, forward fold. Just hang out, little blood flow to the brain. We'll continue that from our down dog, letting it continue flowing to our crown chakra, opening that connection to source. The veil is super thin, and this is the weekend that we celebrate it in many wisdom traditions. Day of the Dead, Samhain, All Souls, All Saints, Hallows Eve, Halloween, Halloween. We know that this is the time when we can commune with those ancestors quite readily. Good. We need a little wisdom. So check in with them. We'll open the crown chakra with this blood flow so we can receive those messages. Now slowly unravel this. Come all the way up. You've been upside down a bit, so take your time. Get to the top and turn the palms out. Close the eyes. Just be a mountain for a moment. Yoga is yoking the mind, body, and spirit. Yoga seems to be defined, though, in Western culture as warrior two or vinyasa. Remember, the purpose of this ancient practice is to bring yourself together, especially when you're feeling frazzled. So holding mountain pose, letting yourself just connect is very much yoga. All your parts, your body, strong and rooted like the trees. The roots of the trees grow deeper this time of year. They anchor themselves in even more. And your mind calm, steady. And your spirit awakened and ready. right? Left hand to your left hip. Right hand to the sky. We're gonna go around in circles. We're gonna take 12 laps all the way around. 12-ish. Doesn't have to be exact, but a bunch. And it's to activate your heart. Bend your knees so you can scoop the earth. We don't wanna pull our low back. So that little bend is good. And these last few, just kind of whip it up a little bit. Make it a little more active. Getting our angel wings so we can fly out to those ancestors all ready for flight. Pause, back to mountain, palms out. Just feel the difference between the right side and the left side. A little bit of blood flow. Your heart a little active, you can feel it boom booming in there. Doesn't take much. Right hand to right hip, left hand to the sky. Then we go around. Kind of feel like in a past life we were all in like this little witch group. Is that possible that we could have been like, what would we be? What do they call it? Cackle?
Coven.
Coven, thank you. I knew there was a word. They cackle in their coven. I whip up these last bits. I've always called myself a green witch. And then hold. Just feel a little bit more activity in the heart. Yay, yoga. Yay, yoga. We'll take a wide sweep to the sky. Gather some energy from our beautiful sun. Bring it through. Forward fold again. Then a half lift, flatten out. Exhale, back into the fold. Plant your hands, both feet go back, high plank. Hold your high plank, take a breath in, and lower down slow in the breath out. Knees, chest, chin, elbows by the side. Snake through, find your way into cobra, rise up. Exhale down. Curl your toes under, push up and back down dog again. 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. Last one, breath in and breath out. Now right leg goes up high. We're going to open up the hip joint this time. So put a bend in the knee and then circle around. Trying to turn the knee to the sky on the up circle. So you get that full range of motion for this joint. About 12. So maybe 6 and 6. You can go the other direction for the last 6. Wide sweeping circle motions. And then we'll set that right foot down, left leg goes up high. Put a bend in the left knee and circle around. About 6 and 6 again. Big circles. Another rotation 2. Then we'll set that one down. Back to the right leg. It goes up high, and then it steps up to the top of the mat. Steady yourself in low position. Straighten and bend that right leg. And then we'll hold the right leg a little straighter, a little longer. Take a breath in. Big breath out. Head dangles. Inhale. And exhale. Then come into the lunge and turn the back foot down for a warrior 1 foot and rise on up. So you might want to get off the tightrope or railroad tracks and widen a little bit for warrior 1. Pull that right hip back, left hip forward, sink in, reach up tall. Take a breath in and we're going to open wide. Then scoop around and gather. Pull it into the heart, reach up. Open wide. Scoop around and gather, pull it into the heart, reach reach up. Again. All the way, pull it in, reach up and hold, take a breath in, and now hover forward, take your arms back. Breath in again, breath out, and now reach forward, stay in the hover. A little more for the upper back, breathe in, breathe out, and then dive to the inside of that right knee as you interlace your hands behind your low back. Dangle the head, humble warrior. Right now, that's the role I kind of want to play. Not play like it's an act, but step into that energy of a little bit of humbleness right now. Be a student and learn. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now release the hands to the floor. Put your weight into your right foot and you're going to float the left foot up. Your hands walk out with your shoulders. Head dangles, standing splits. Left leg goes up high as you can reach. Press through the heel. Maybe walk your hands back to toe line. Maybe left hand to right ankle. And maybe right hand as well. Balancing. Breath in and breath out. Plant your hands. Bring the left foot to the right foot. Forward fold. Hang out. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And then slowly unroll this all the way back up to standing. Turn the palms out. Find your mountain pose. Grow your roots. Take a breath in. And a big breath out. Wide sweep to the sky, all the way up. Dive through center, all the way through. Half lift. Flatten the back. Exhale back into the fold. Plant the hands, both feet go back, high plank. Take a breath in, out the mouth, exhale. Lower down slow, knees, chest, chin, elbows by the sides, skate through, open up, cobra. Exhale down. Curl the toes under, up and back, down doggy. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again, and exhale. One more time, breath in, and breath out. Now left leg goes up high, we reach up high, and then step up to the top of the mat. Stay in the low lunge, gentle gliding back and forth, straighten and bend. Letting that left hamstring open up a little bit. And then let's hold the left leg a little straighter, a little longer, square the hips, head dangles, take a breath in, big breath out. Again, inhale and exhale. Then we'll come into the lunge. Our back foot goes warrior one, and we come on up. Again, little adjustments so you can square your hips and shoulders to the front, maybe widen the stance. Sink into the lunge. Reach up tall in the sky. So it's a little bit opposite of what we did before. You come into the heart, you go out and scoop around like you're swimming, reach back up and pull it down. Go forward, scoop around, reach up tall and pull it down. Again, out. Scoop around, reach up tall, pull it down. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Reach up, find our warrior one. Take a full inhale. We hover forward, kick our arms back to start. Heart lifts in this, so throat open, shoulders back. Keep all of that, but take the arms forward now. Reach, take a breath in. Big breath out. Press the back of the mat with that right foot. Strong resistance. And then hands behind. Drop down that humble warrior. How can we step into that humility a little bit? Where we allow ourselves to be nurtured and learn new things for the new way. To be a little seed, a newborn babe. Then we'll release our hands to the earth and walk them out in front of you a little bit. Weight into that left foot, and then you float up the right, standing splits. Take the right leg up as high behind you as you can. You can slowly straighten out the left leg. You can keep a bend if you need. Walk the hands towards toe line. Maybe take the right hand to that left ankle. Flex the floating foot, that'll help you. And then maybe both hands, take a breath in, breath out. One more time, inhale. And bring your hands down. If you took the bind, bring that right foot down, forward fold. And then slowly rise back up. All the way to one mountain, turn the palms out. Nice job. Feel how beautiful you are. Let a little wave of gratitude pour through you. The interesting piece is it's not random that you're here in this selection of people. I don't mean in this class, although that's not random either. I mean alive at this time of life, experiencing all of this craziness together. This is your soul tribe, and there's a purpose for you to be here. You have a contribution to make in all of this, in some way. Maybe it's just to support one person. Maybe it's to hold space for a little animal friend. There's all kinds of ways that we're needed. And it doesn't have to be rock star. So just trust everything is unfolding as it should. Wide sweep to the sky, all the way up. Dive through center, all the way through forward fold. Half lift and lengthen, flatten out your back. Exhale, back into the fold. Plant your hands, both feet go back, high plank. Come down to your knees. Turn your right foot out to a 90-degree angle. Left foot goes back like a warrior 2 foot. Your right hand should be right under your right shoulder, so your staff, left hand goes to the sky. So modified side plank. Now float the left foot and take the left hand overhead, so you're in an extension. Fingertips to feet. Reach in both directions. Take a breath in, breath out. Now bend the left knee and take your left hand back to the ankle. You might have to bring the knee in towards your chest to grab, but then bow it back out. And lean your head back. And open your heart to the sky. Take a breath in and a breath out. Beautiful. Release it out the way you went into it. So arm overhead. And then on down into tabletop, bringing that right foot in. Well done. Other side. Left foot turns out 90-degree angle. Right foot straight back like a warrior 2. Right hand to the sky. Lean back in this. Take a breath in and a breath out. Then right arm overhead. Right foot floats. Stretch and reach. Take a breath in and a breath out. Open that fascia. Stretch a little more. Inhale and exhale. Now we bend that right knee. You can bring the knee to your chest to grab the ankle. Then bow back out. Open the heart. Let the head drop back. Breathe in. Beautiful. Breath out. One more. Inhale. Release it out the way you went in. So arm overhead. And then on down. Tabletop position. Curl your toes under. Take your bum to the sky. Downward facing dog. Press in. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Right leg's going to go up high to the sky. Reach up high. Then step up to the top of the mat. Back foot turns warrior 2. Come on up. Sink into the lunge. Wings out. These are wings that we're going to use to fly around. Say hi to all the ancestors. Take a breath in. Sink a little deeper. Breath out. Now flip the palms. We'll cut those cords we don't want around us. Reach up, touch, straighten up the leg. Exhale, scissor cut through. Just clean some shizzle. All the energy that's toxic that comes like a little magnet towards us. up. And one more time in case we didn't get it all. And land in warrior two. And straighten out your right leg, take a breath in and reach forward on the breath out. Then take it down, Trikonasana. Lean back, open up, take a breath in, and a big breath out. Again, inhale, and exhale. Now put a bend in the knee, look forward, and hop the right hand to the floor, and float the left foot to the sky. Half moon. Gotta have 2 half moons for our full moon. Pull that left hip back, left shoulder back, left hand to the sky. Flex that floating foot. If you can, let your gaze come out from the heart. Take another breath in. Breath out. Extend your limbs just a little bit more than you think. One more. Breath in. And breath out. Now, you can come out of it or hang in it or take the bind. Bend that knee just like you did before. Grab onto the ankle and bow back. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more. Inhale. Release it all out the way you went in. Giant step back. Landing gear down. Out to the right hand. Good job. Cartwheel down. Step back. Down dog. Take child's pose anytime you like. Pedal your feet. Dangle your head. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now our left leg goes up. It reaches up high to the sky, and then we step up to the top of the mat. Back foot swivels down, come up, warrior two on this side. Sink in, wings out, ready for flight. Take a full inhale. A little deeper exhale. Same thing. Let's clean up the field. Reach up, touch, straighten out that left leg. Scissor cut through. Anything. Sometimes we're looking for the projections coming at us. Maybe it's our own crappy attitude. If we've been a little bit of a ball buster, bitchy, witchy. Or if we've just been a pessimist, skeptic. Cut those cords. That doesn't serve. Worry, fear, coming from our own heart. We'll land it out in warrior two. Straighten out that left leg. Reach out as far as you can. Take it down. Trikonasana, triangle pose. We lean back and open up. Take a breath in. Breath out, looking out from the heart. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Breath in. And breath out. Now, to complete our full moon, we need another half moon. So a little bend in the knee. You hop forward. You take that left hand to the earth or a block if you have one at home. Right hand to right hip and pull it back. Flex that right foot, right hand to the sky. And if you can, look out from the heart. Take a breath in. And a big breath out. One more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Now you know what to do. If you want to go into the bind, you can go for it. If you'd like to come out, you can take forward fold. Or you can just keep trying to hold on to that half moon. If you got the bind, bow it back. Take a breath in. Chakrasana. Breath out. One more. Inhale. Release it out. This time forward fold. Hands come down, feet come down. Hanging at the top of the mat. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And let this all unravel back to Tadasana. Come up to standing. Feel how beautiful you are. Gratitude, let it wave through you. Instead of going into a victim mode of, why do I have to go through this? Why couldn't it have been after I'm gone? Be grateful that you you have an opportunity to be a part of this incredible transformation that the human species is going through. And you get to contribute to it. You know, all Saints' Day, before it was determined to be All Saints and All Souls Day, it was All Martyrs' Day. They changed it. So we don't get to have Martyr Day anymore. White sweep to the sky, all the way up. I dive through center, all the way through forward fold. Half lift and lengthen, flatten the back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Your right foot goes back, your left foot hooks into pigeon. Slipping into pigeon. Sounds like it should be a song. Slipping into pigeon. Open the heart. And then come on down. So I mentioned at the beginning that this astrology time is really big. Right towards the end, before we come to the new moon, is a big, big day. I'll throw it out so it's in your awareness. It's November 12th. And this is when Jupiter and Pluto are going to connect. And it will be that closing of a big cycle that's been happening for a while. So it's the beginning of those big cycles coming to an end. And energetically, Jupiter, I hope I said Jupiter and Pluto. Sorry. Jupiter is the teacher. Jupiter is the faith that we sometimes lack, and it's trying to teach us faith. And sometimes it's the teacher through faith. And Pluto is your soul. So this is a coming together to step into that deep awareness of your soul self. To learn from it. That one constant. Your soul is that one constant. We can listen to it. And as the veil is thin for us to hear the wisdom of our ancestors, it's also thin for us to listen to the wisdom of our own soul self. So that cup of tea and a little meditation for the next week is a really good idea. All right, let's come out of it. Slowly push up. Open the heart to the sky. Plant your hands, push back, down dog. Pedal that out so your legs feel even again. And then we'll take the right leg up high and swoop it on in for your pigeon on this side. And take your time to get into it. You want a nice deep saddle with the heart. And then come on down and melt out this side. And there's quiet. Sometimes it makes us uncomfortable because it means there's no distraction. From letting us listen to that deeper soul self. So sometimes we just look at the phone or turn on the music or TV, dive into our book, call our mom. The things that keep us from just sitting quietly and listening, going inward. think we'd be eager to be quiet and listen. Another breath in and a big breath out. And again, inhale and exhale. And we'll slowly rise up, come on out, open your heart to the sky. Have a sit on that right bum, swing the legs around. Let them even out with them extended. Take a little beating down your legs, up. Reach back up. And then we'll take our arms to the sky. Breath in and just fold forward. Reach for whatever's available. It might not be toes, it might be calves or ankles. Head dangles. Take a breath. Exhale out. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Breath in. And breath out. And then hands back up to the sky, all the way up. And they come down and those palms go back behind us, fingertips towards us this time. And come down to your elbows so that you have a little bit of a kickstand behind your heart. The index and thumb fingers slide under your bum. So they're kind of trapped. Point the toes. There's a string on the chest that's pulling your heart straight up and the head drops back, chin to the sky. Take a breath in. Breath out. Inhale again. Heart lifts. So there's a bowling ball under the back of your heart. So you're rounding over it, not laying down. Press to the elbows for that lift. One more. And now you move the elbows out from underneath and let yourself slide on down. Bring your right knee into your chest and give a squeeze. And then the left knee into the chest, give a squeeze. Double. And take it into dead bug. Tops of the feet. And pull down. Knees on either side of your body. Flatten out your whole spine to the earth. Maybe go into full extension, reaching your legs out to the sides. And then we'll bring the heels together, and the knees together. Keep that right knee hugged in, left leg long to the ground. Extra good squeezy. Shoot your hips over to the right. Drop your knee to the left. Cactus or T that right arm. Look right. Breathe up and down your spine. This is such a good rejuvenator and detoxifier. I mention it a lot, but reminder, this is the only pose when you twist, any kind of twist, they're the only poses that both rejuvenate and detoxify at the same time. All the other poses do one or the other. So recharging and recalibrating our nervous system and rinsing and wringing out all the toxins gathered, emotional and physical. Now we come out of the twist, point the right leg up high to the sky, draw a line all the way down. Left knee comes in, extra good squeezy to start. Squeeze on that intestinal tract. And then we'll shoot our hips to the left, drop our knee to the right, cactus or T the left arm, and again those really nourishing breaths. Inhale all the way up to the top of the head. Exhale to the base of the spine. Again, inhale and exhale. And one more time, breath in and breath out. Good job, yogis. Come on out of your twist. Point that left leg up high to the sky. Draw a line all
down. Let yourself rest. Shavasana. If there's any other poses, however, before you get there that you might want, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, let yourself settle into a nice resting place. And this is corpse pose. This is simulating like what it is to die. The end of a cycle. Letting things go. So that we can make room for new. So symbolically, we can come into this pose and just surrender all the things that no longer serve us. So we can arrive on the other side of this, ready for renewal. Triambakam Yejambahe Sugandhim Pushtavardhanam Urvam Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityu Mukshya Ritam Triambakam Yejambahe Sugandhim Pushtavardhanam Urvam Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityu Mukshya Ritam Triambakam Yejambahe Sugandhim Pushtavardhanam Urvam Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityu Mukshya Ritam. Okay, yogis, take your time. Little wiggles and fingers and toes. Coming back into your beautiful bodies. And eventually that full stretch with the arms overhead. Point and flex the toes to activate a little bit more. And then hug your knees into your chest and give yourself a good squeezy and a good love. Tell yourself how awesome sauce you are. And just roll to your side for a moment and pause in fetal position. It's the rebirth position. Every day the sun comes up, we can set a new intention. To be present, to be grateful, to be open and receptive to what comes in our day. When you're ready, rise up into seated. Bring your intention with you, like you said at the beginning of class. Hold it at your heart. old self to see if you feel any different now than when you first came in. Yoga practice affect you in a positive way? Do you feel more like you, woven together, mind, body, and spirit? Do you remember who you are at that soulful level? And that love is why you're here. If any of that resonates, a little gratitude for this ancient practice. It helps us with that. And we'll seal our time together with the sound of Om. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale to Om. All that is good in light and me honors and recognizes all that is good in light in each of you beautiful souls. I bow to you all. Namaste. Jai Ma. Thank you, yogis. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Michael, for the music. Always nice. It's 1:08. Some other things are constant besides your soul. Me ending 8 minutes late every time on noon Fridays. I almost always end at 1:08. Thanks at home. See you.
Yeah, but it's 1:08. Yeah.
I know. Auspicious 1:08.
That's good.
Unless you need to be somewhere. There we go.
Thank you for the